Thanks, Lexi. Okay, guys, we are in for a treat, and I'm actually really excited to see your questions today about lab shops. And we are very fortunate to have Sophia here, who is our onboarding manager, who is our lab shops specialist. So I'm going to take you through a bit of an explanation of why we even decided to offer lab shops in the first place. So to understand that, you have to understand our why and why we were founded. And some people don't know this story. So our founder and CEO, Tara, grew up with a dad who was the only pediatric ER doctor for hundreds of miles. He could fix anything growing up. And she tells this story about how when she and her mom, as adults, had a chronic illness, it was the first time in their lives where there was a medical issue they couldn't solve in the family. And they each were suffering, and it took them so long to find a doctor who could help them find their root cause. And a big part of how they found it was functional medicine testing. And so, from that story of heartache and redemption and healing, came Rupa. And so Rupa's mission is to make it easier for root cause medicine doctors to reach more people. We know that root cause medicine doctors are often operating outside of a system. You're wearing multiple hats. You are maybe a clinic owner. Maybe you're also answering the phone. Maybe you're doing billing. You're sometimes doing a lot more things than just seeing the patient one to one. There's a lot of administrative work that we can take off your plate with advances in technology, and we aim to do that. The reason we aim to do it is because we need as many of us to heal as many people as quickly as possible. Non communicable diseases or chronic illnesses account for 41 million deaths per year, or affect 41 million people a year and account for 74% of all deaths each year, which is mind blowing. If you just take a minute and take in that number, by 2050, 150 million people are going to have Alzheimer's. Another 150 million people will have a mental illness. We need to keep up. We need to outpace the care that we're able to provide. And so we need to help providers be more efficient and reach more people than ever. And so that's what we're doing. The way we're going to talk about doing it today is with lab shops. So most of you are familiar with ordering labs on our platform, but lab shops is actually a way to scale even bigger. Lab shops, if you've been in the Rupa portal, is located on the left-hand side. You can click this button that says lab shop, and our wonderful Sophia is going to take you through a build along demo in a few minutes to actually show you how to build a lab shop of your own. What lab shops comes with is the ability to empower your clients with a storefront to pick and choose the labs they'd like to order. Our signing clinician signs the lab order and reviews the results for red flags, and then they get them delivered to their inbox and they come to you. This is what a lab shop can look like. And again, Sophia's going to teach you how to build one. But I want to get into, again, a bit of the reason you might want to consider using a lab shop if it's not immediately obvious. How many of you, and I want to see in the chat, get at least 3 questions a week where the client's in your office, you have a great visit, they leave and they go and they call your front desk and they say, "Can Dr. X order me some vitamin D lab? Hey, can you actually add on T3 to my thyroid panel? I read about this and I want to add it, or reverse T3. Hey, doc, can you order me iron because I forgot to mention to you when I came in that I used to be anemic." And so many of us get these asks between visits. When you're a provider who's running a practice on your own, these types of requests that are unpaid between visits not only can just distract you and add hours to your day where you're not being paid, which as was a big deal, especially if you're first starting your practice, but it's also a chance for things to fall through the cracks and your clients to have a poor experience. I know there's definitely at least 5 times somebody has had to remind me again, "Hey, Kate, remember you're supposed to order this vitamin D for this person." And I'm like in between 8 million things that I never want somebody waiting for me. Lab Shops solves that. Now, anybody who wants a lab between visits, if they're a part of your practice, they can go to the website, you can link it in your portal, and they can order for themselves, which is really empowering. This is also another way that you can give your clients choice. So, a lot of times when our clients come to see us, I mean, how many of you guys are seeing clients who it's their first time seeing a functional medicine doctor when they're seeing you? I'm curious, put that in the chat because a lot of times we're the first of our kind who has seen somebody. And especially if you're doing cash-based medicine, there might be some hesitations when someone comes to see you, right? They might already be feeling like, man, the visit is already more than I'm used to paying at my primary care. Now you're recommending all these tests and supplements, some of which may or may not be covered by my insurance. My friends are telling me this is all about money. I'm already feeling unsure. A really beautiful way to build trust with your clients is to say, "Hey, here's the 3 options I recommend that you consider. Here's why. Take these home and think about them. And when you're ready to choose the one you're interested in, you can run them, you can order them at any time. Here's the link." That's such a different conversation than here's a $400 test, take it or leave it, go order it, see you in 3 weeks. I think it makes patients feel a lot more comfortable from my experience. So again, it feels different when you go and you look at something like this, when you've had time to digest the visit and you're actually able to click into each of these labs and learn more about them, how much they cost, what biomarkers they test for. Rupa gives people that information when they go through your lab shop. So it just feels so much more like an experience that the patient is driving themselves. So the other thing you can get rid of is shipping and stocking kits. Now, Rupa already does this if you're ordering for your clients. We can just drop ship them the kit. We handle the customer service. But in lab shops, it's also going to save you time on even just the ordering of labs. So you guys know if you're using Rupa, it takes about under a minute to order a lab for your client. But if you want to save that for your clients, you can also save that with lab shops. And you may not have to stock the kits in the office. So, just as a reminder, if you're like, "Hey, Kate, I don't wanna get rid of my stocking kits. Why are you trying to take that from me?" You could still order them through the in-office supplies tab in the back end of, your Rupa dashboard. The other thing is customer service. So LabShop still comes with our legendary Rupa customer service. You guys know, or maybe you might not know if you're just starting your practice, there are certain test kits that are a bit more confusing to collect than others. And I'm going to pick on our hormone test for a second because as much as we love them, collecting your urine over several days and then sending it to a lab can be a lot for people. Sometimes they'll mess it up. They'll eat something they realize was on a list of things they weren't supposed to eat. They'll drink too much water. They'll mislabel a sample. They have questions. Those again are opportunities that your team is having to check the voicemail all day long, make sure they're calling people back to answer their questions. You don't have to do that anymore if you use Rupa. We have an entire customer service team, a massive customer service team of the nicest people you have ever met. And they have the answer to every question your client could possibly have, from shipping time to collection to how to use their HSA. We are providing you that with the customer service, and that comes with the lab shop experience. So when somebody picks out a hormone test on your lab shop, we guide them through every single step from collecting payment, making it affordable for them with a 3-month payment plan if they want, shipping it out to them, walking them through collection, and letting them know when they're going to get the results, providing them status updates. All of that is taken off your plate. Lab shops and Rupa allowed me to scale. I was in my first year and a half of practice without an admin. I didn't have a front desk person. It was just me, my EHR, and Rupa. And we did phenomenally. So you can understand this is probably going to save you 10 to 15 hours a week if you're taking advantage of these features. The thing I love most about lab shops, I structured my practice where I'd have a discovery call with every single person who was interested in joining the practice. So they'd pay 15 to 30 bucks. We'd talk for 30 minutes, for 15 minutes, and I'd screen them and see, what are you dealing with? Do I think they're a good candidate to come in? What information do I want at their first visit? And what was beautiful is I could actually, once, because they were already part of the practice with the discovery call, they had an EHR login. I could direct them to the lab shop and say, I want you to order this now because it's going to take you about 5 weeks to get your initial visit with me. And so I want you to order this test now, go get it done. And that way your results are in by the first visit. What that did was basically save them a follow up and allow us to bump up their time to healing significantly. As you guys know, if I'm meeting them at the initial visit and I'm ordering them the lab that day, even if they order it that day, which as you guys know is rare, patients sometimes take a while to hit order, it's still going to take them a week to get the lab kit. It's still going to take them a couple weeks to get the results back, which means we're now waiting a month for me to do follow up with them on a lab test that I ordered at the first visit. We could skip all of that and I could have the result in by the first visit, which means I could already recommend treatment protocols that were based on those results and the rest of their picture, and their healing just happened that much faster, weeks and weeks ahead of schedule. So it was really, really nice. It was a way for me to be more efficient, for me to feel more confident because I actually had more information at the first visit, and for them to get better results. So the last thing, with lab shops, you really can create a whole experience that is outside of a one-to-one visit that's still super high value. And Sophia's going to cover a little bit more of exactly how to do this in a few slides. But the tools that we offer alongside lab shops allow you to really build out this ecosystem of education and empowerment that surrounds the lab shop order. As many of you may know, we have the asynchronous lab review. So we have these customizable summaries where patients can view their biomarkers, the ones you particularly want to focus on for them. And you can also customize reference ranges, which Sophia is going to lead you through in a minute, so that your clients can actually see what you believe is optimal just for them. You can do all of this in the Rupa interface outside of the one-to-one visit. So you could prep these before an appointment. Your resident or intern could prep them before an appointment. And you just give someone something that's so much more than just the lab results that they can take home that's truly personalized for them. So this is what we're doing for you with result summaries as well. And it pairs really beautifully with LabShops so that you can deliver this outside of the one-to-one experience. So Sophia is going to cover how LabShops can help you expand your reach.
Thanks, Kate. Oh my gosh. I loved hearing about how you use your lab shop within your practice. I know it's so helpful to hear examples. So it's just incredible to hear that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so excited to be able to share with you all other ways that practitioners are also using their lab shop to really be able to scale their practice. So, what we're really seeing very often is that lab shops are looking, practitioners using lab shops are really looking for a way to scale beyond one to one, instead, one to many. So they're doing this by pairing labs with group educational programs and programs too. So, next slide. So again, this is just a quote from one of our lab shop owners. A group program is really the holy grail where you can work less and make more. There's only so many hours that I have in my life to help a million people resolve their chronic fatigue, which is my mission. And I'm sure that could resonate with a lot of you. You might have a great knowledge base that you can share with so many people. And by creating these educational tools, you could actually empower your community to take their results in their own hands and be able to learn for themselves, which is really, really cool concept too. Perfect. So again, a lot of practitioners are using this with their memberships. Maybe they have a membership or program that they're offering to their community. And this is a way to instantly add value to a membership that you might have. People really are seeking out this type of testing paired with educational resources. We find that about 70% of patients who come to Rupa are seeking testing and know exactly what tests they want to order, which is what Dr. Kate was mentioning earlier. So, again, you can actually offer wholesale pricing to your community, which is just another great value prop for your membership. With Rupa, we always extend the lowest practitioner wholesale price to either your patients, whether you're using our regular portal or in this case, your clients. So, again, really great value prop for any membership that you have. Also, with Rupa's Lab Shop, majority of practitioners are using physician services. The signing physician is nationally licensed and is responsible for reviewing orders and screening results for any critical values. This really helps you scale your practice nationally while also protecting your license. And then, like Dr. Kate also mentioned, that end to end client experience, which is so nice. You do not need to worry about any of those admin hassles. You can scale your brand without that headache, and we'll take care of all of the admin support. Once your client goes ahead and places that order, then our amazing support team will support them throughout the process with any questions that they might have. And I will actually walk you through what the client experience will look like in just a little bit.
Love it. And I want to add here, guys, this is all free for you. So you don't have to pay a fee to belong to Rupa to use lab shops. The way Rupa makes their money is through a processing fee. So wholesale pricing, we have a processing fee that gets charged when your client places the order. Even with the processing fee, that price is still lower than you're going to be able to find it anywhere else, which is huge. So we're really committed to making request medicine affordable for clients. We know when clients come to see you, it is often not their richest day. They really are conscious of how much they're spending often when they're not feeling well. And so we want to make it affordable. That's why, again, you can use a 3-month payment plan for your clients, interest free. They can sign up and we offer that to them just as a courtesy. The signing physician, I just want to add one more thing. I use that in my practice, not to see patients with an educational program or even like with a community program, but because I was a solo prac and I didn't want to be on call nights and weekends having to be on top of lab results as they were coming in, it was huge for me to know another doctor had my back. They were checking the results nights and weekends. It wasn't all on me. And if any of you are solo pracs in the audience, you know exactly how this feels. When I hired my first employees, I also didn't want them spending nights and weekends doing this, right? I want them to have a life. I want them to see their clients, but then truly be off when they're off. And so this service was huge for me, even just in releasing the weight of really feeling like I always had to be on. And so I just wanted to highlight that too. So it could be this simple, right? So Scale your practice with less work. Let's talk about how you can implement this. So we've already talked about LabShops. You're going to see how to make one. But with LabShops, physician services, food plans, and result summaries, you can basically create an end-to-end educational program that empowers your clients with labs very quickly. And I want to show you how quickly it can happen. So I went on Canva and I spent 3 minutes making a website. I found a template for a gut health clinic, which you see here. These are the little snapshots of the images, and they just give you a web page that you can customize. From there, you could create a GI health shop that goes with it. So maybe your content is going to cover common gut conditions, the root causes of them, how you can identify what's causing yours, and potential things to talk to your doctor about. You can have your little gut health website that you create in 3 minutes. You can have your lab shop that goes with it. You can pair that with optimal results. So when people's results come in, they can see their optimal results based on your ranges for a particular condition. Result summaries, as we've already talked about, and even food plans, which we just need a whole other live class on, Sophia, because we actually have some updates, exciting updates coming to food plans in a few weeks that we will let you guys know about. And I think a lot of you are going to be very excited because this came from ideas from many of you that were being requested. What we covered today: why should you use LabShops, right? How is it going to save you time so that you can help more people? It's going to reduce the amount of order requests that you get between visits, empower your clients, make sure that red flags are caught between visits, no more shipping or stocking kits, and definitely no more doing that as you get calls, customer service for free, and then lab results potentially earlier, sooner at the first appointment. And then you can expand your reach. So heal more people, do online programs, offer testing along with that. The results and the options are amazing with this product. I'm going to hand it off to Sophia to go through a bit of a demo to show you how this can work and how easy it is to set up.
Welcome to Rupa Health, the best place to order, manage, and track results from over 30 different lab companies in one single place for free. It's going to take you under 2 minutes to sign up, and you can order any functional medicine lab for your client in under 30 seconds. Let me show you how it's done. So here's our beautiful interface. I'm typing in the name of my client, selecting the lab that I want to order for them, and hitting send. From there, Rupa and their amazing team handle the rest. They email the client, collect payment, and even offer an interest-free 3-month payment plan. We've also built the world's largest library of information about chronic health conditions, the lab tests that can help you find the root cause, and the evidence-based interventions that you can use to help people heal from them. It's called the Rupa Health Magazine. There, we have in-depth articles about almost any health condition you can imagine. And we give you step-by-step protocols that other clinicians have used to help their clients heal and that are verified by evidence-based sources. You should totally check it out, and it'll transform your practice. And we can't wait to see you. So make sure you sign up today at rupahealth.com.